Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimarelli Podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimarelli. Welcome back to
The Wombat Report.
Yes!
If you get that reference, you get a muffin.
I thought you were going to say you're old.
Can't
Please
say that
tell
I'm the
me
one
if you
giving
know.
you the muffin, but you should
It's
go get
from
one.
Even Stevens. Welcome back to the Cimarelli Podcast.
The
We're your host.
Does he sound like a weather person?
I'm your host, Lisa Cimarelli, the host of the intro. Today's episode is 111.
Yes.
I'm looking at you, but you don't even know, do you?
No, Lauren's
it's
like
111.
111.
She knows somehow.
And we're talking about unpopular opinions. Oh, things we hate the people love, things we love the people hate. Things that I hate that you love. Who knows? So guys, it's gonna be a good episode, but we're gonna ruffle some feathers. I don't know.
We might.
Maybe.
We might ruffle.
Maybe. You know, there's like your feathers get ruffled and you have a laugh about it, and then your feathers get ruffled and you're like, who knows what kind of feathers these will be? Time will tell.
Yeah.
That's true.
I've got my trusty salad by my side, and I'm ready to jump in. So, Christina,
Take it away.
take
All right,
it,
let's
take it to your
go.
portion.
Take the
So,
reins.
first of all, I forgot to say this last time until later on. If you guys want to see all of the episodes of the Cimarelli Podcast, you're going to have to join our Patreon. It's always linked in the description on YouTube. And we have so much good content there. If you love the Cimarelli Podcast, you will love it. And there's so many good episodes from last season. Like, such good episodes that are only on there. So check it out. Try for a month. See what you think. And also, if you join Patreon, you're supporting us as women, working professionals, and we appreciate that a lot. We really appreciate our patrons. You guys are such a supportive community, and we're so grateful for you guys. So thank you so much to the patrons. And now
guys rock.
we're gonna jump into the highs and lows before we get into unpopular opinions coming up soon. I'm excited
I'll
for
go
this
first.
episode. I loved last time we did them. This is the continuation of last time. I forgot to say
Another continuation. Listen, here's my high. It's summertime. It's warming up. The local pool opens.
Oh!
I go.
Is this real or a
This is
fantasy?
real. I'm
Okay.
telling you that high. It is. It's a fantasy that became true. We're like, oh, let's go swimming. Let's take Lily swimming. Last time we took her swimming, she was like 5 weeks old, and she was like, now she can experience the water,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
And I'm like, oh, we need swim diapers. Let's go to Target. Oh, and let's get her a floaty. I've seen people online with these, so I was like, I hope they have one at Target. They had only one type of them, but one was enough. It's like you put their legs through it, kind of like a baby walker or a baby swing, and then it's got like 2 rings of flotation around it, so they have this little mesh splash zone, and then like
That's so
it keeps them up. It's got a
cute.
sun canopy. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
We went to the
so
pool, and I
cute.
put her in her little long sleeve
Hey,
wetsuit.
what did she think of the pool? What was her reaction?
Well, she
That's what I
first,
keep wondering.
she was like, "Whoo," because it was kind of cold. But she was like, "Okay." Put her in the floaty, which she has a walker at home, just
Oh
like
my
that. And she starts like walking in the pool, like
my gosh.
kicking. She was kicking the whole time, and
she
was
loving
like,
it?
Oh, she
my
was freaking
gosh.
out. Put her little hat on. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
and then
that
we'd be like,
picture was so
And we went in the
cute.
kiddie pool, which is really fun because there's no one in there.
Oh, you did.
And you can use the floaty in the kiddie pool. It's like 2 feet deep. Obviously, she's not 2 feet tall. So oh my gosh, she's over 2 feet tall. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, that was already
yeah.
fun.
She's a tall lady.
Anyway, oh my gosh, she was almost 2 feet when she was born. Okay, anyway, so we're like, let's go on a ride. And we like pull her around a circle, and she's like,
That's
"Oh,"
so
like she's
cute.
driving. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Oh, easily one of the best. I was like, this is probably the best baby activity we've done so far. Like with this floaty and everything. Oh,
That's amazing.
I'm going to be doing it all the time, all summer, starting right now. What was my low again? Oh, I don't know. Maybe just recently when I got diagnosed with pre-diabetes. I got my blood work done. I was like, I'm feeling a little wonky. Something's not right. I just knew. I was like, I need to get checked out. And I have no clue what's
Good
going
for
on.
you for listening to your body.
I got
your
my
body.
blood drawn. Well, and things aren't like functioning normally, whatever. I got my blood drawn. They're like, okay, everything looks pretty good, and you have good like vitamin D levels, which I've been laying in the sun, so I better.
Yeehaw.
But she's like, girl, no wonder you've been feeling like crap.
Girl.
Your A1Cs are, you're pre-diabetic. Your A1C is high. Your insulin is double what it should be. Your
Whoa.
blood glucose is high. I was like, excuse me. So, yeah, that was not good news. But I quickly turned it around. Unlike when I was pregnant and got diagnosed with gestational diabetes
That was
and
hard.
cried for like 4 hours into the couch.
no.
All hope was lost. Not this time.
God.
I cried for like 2 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm just overwhelmed. This is a big moment. I kind of saw it coming, so I'm not that shocked, unlike last time. It's all good. And I was like, let's do this. Let's kick my blood sugar's booty. Let's get it going. Actually, let's give my blood sugar a hug. Get it back to where it should be. You know what I mean? A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Kick diabetes booty.
Let's whip our blood sugar into shape.
Yes, with love and kindness.
Love and
In a
care.
nice way.
So I've got an appointment with an amazing endocrinologist, and we're gonna go from there. That
Love
was a
it.
low turned empowerment.
Good for you. Good for you.
And with that note, I'm gonna eat my low carb salad.
Mine goes well from Lisa's, except for I feel bad, but I have plenty of other problems. And my high is that I don't have gestational diabetes. I just got the test and I passed the glucose
like,
test.
good for you.
So that was my high, but I feel bad. But like I said, I got plenty of other problems in my life. So
A lot of
My
problems.
high's that I'm not pregnant. Don't have to suffer through that. I'm just kidding.
well, that was my high because for some reason I thought I was gonna have it. Because
never
I was
know.
feeling really sick from sugar, and I was getting really sick when I was eating sugar.
No, I'm glad
and
you
I was
don't
like,
have it.
does that mean I have
good.
it? But it didn't mean I have
And
it.
sometimes you can be mad, everyone should have to suffer. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't wish
I'm
anyone
glad
else
because
has
it helps
preeclampsia.
my VBAC journey a bit. Well, it might not affect it at all, honestly, but whatever.
Well, you have to be on
One
an
less
IV
thing
if you
I have
did,
to worry
so that's
about.
good.
One less thing for me to worry about. My low was that it's kind of a lame low. I went on a walk and pregnancy just hit. And I was like, I am dead on my walk. So that was a low because I was like, oh no. Is every walk for the next weeks until I'm August, is that going to be like this? So I'm questioning if I've gone into a bad place.
But was it warm out?
Not that warm.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe because it's been warm lately.
It was like 70 degrees. It shouldn't, yeah. So I was a little worried because I felt absolutely dead. But, could be anything.
Yeah.
So that was my low. I was wondering if I was entering a dead moment. That's going to last for weeks. Okay, next.
Amy, your hair looks good.
Thanks.
It looks so. I feel like I never see it straight. It looks good.
It makes me so angry to straighten my hair.
Why did you do it?
Because it goes to this, where it's like,
What?
and it just makes me annoyed.
Maybe you just need a haircut.
just said it looks good.
Thanks.
I was
I
saying
think it
Amy
looks
should
good.
get a haircut when I get a haircut. Oh, you
What?
can get one too if you want.
What haircut
already
are you
got
gonna
one.
get?
You already got one.
Yeah.
If my person is good that comes to my house, then you guys should come and
Look,
get
all
it.
I'm saying is that
And you don't have to go anywhere.
I don't
besides
know
my
if that's,
house.
I want to learn how to cut my own.
Yeah,
hair,
I don't know if that's a
Nice.
roast,
I feel
but
like it'd be
I thought you already do cut.
I
your hair.
have been doing my end maintenance myself.
Well, it could be fun. It could be a fun haircut.
Yeah,
That's it.
It could.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Look
it could
down,
be fun to get a haircut.
that's what I've been doing.
I haven't gotten one in years, and I
myself,
was like,
is
I'm gonna
cutting
get
my
one.
dead ends off, so that's why my ends look a lot better.
Good.
They don't look fantastic, but they look a lot better.
Yeah, but you get like a fun early 2000s haircut. I feel
What
like you
does
might like
that
that.
mean?
You want that?
Like with layers.
I wanna get
my
layers.
hair needs some maintenance.
That could be fun. Okay, sorry.
because the
Keep going.
bleach
Keep going.
really ruined
Who is it?
it.
You?
Oh, I was just.
No one went.
I mean,
Someone just,
Oh, okay.
I was just telling her that her hair looks
complimented
good.
me.
Oh, okay. Who wants to go?
you can go, Amy.
I'll go, I guess,
You go.
since, what is it? All eyes on me in the center of the ring, anyway.
Okay.
Because everyone's just,
anyway.
looking at me, okay, whatever. Anyway, okay. So, my low was that, I went to a surprise party, and I hate surprises.
It wasn't a
was
surprise
so
for you.
Yes, but even trying to pull them off, I hate it.
Wow.
I was so scared that I was gonna accidentally ruin it. Because the girl was like, "Oh, get here around 6:45." I woefully underestimated the drive, even though I've been there before. I knew it was far. I didn't realize it was 40 minutes far. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get there at 7:10." And she said 6:45, but the surprise is until 7:30. So it's like I still have 20 minutes. So I'm literally in the car. I'm like, I called Lauren. I was like, am I gonna ruin the whole surprise?
You could have just
I
disguised
don't
your
know.
appearance, so then if she saw you, she would think, "Oh, who's that old lady with the bag on her head?"
Wait, was
True.
Lauren there?
No, I called her on
Just
my
as
way.
a reference.
Yeah, I called Catherine. She didn't answer. No help
sorry.
at all.
I was
I
in the
called
tubes
because I
this
was like, I
weekend.
need to know, anyone with social references can, tell me if I'm going to ruin it. But I didn't end up ruining it. I did not.
I told you.
But my, anxiety and, blood pressure or whatever was, it went so high. I was, so freaked out. Because also I wasn't getting there when everyone else was getting there. So no one was like walking or anything. So then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. But then I didn't. And I didn't ruin anything. And it was all fine.
Good.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
usually how it goes. She
But
probably
then-
said 6:45 because she knew
ruin
people would
anything.
come at 7, you know?
That's what Lauren literally said to me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's...
And I texted her. I'm like, I'm going to be there 7:10. Is that okay? She didn't reply, but I assumed by her silence it was fine.
Silence is compliance.
No. But anyway.
That's what
so
you basically just
then-
said, though.
Well, that's what I just assumed because I was like, you know, if she was like, you're going to ruin it all, she would have said that.
Okay.
And then what else happened?
Or she didn't see it.
Okay, whatever. Oh, my other. Sorry, I have another low. Is when I got back home, there was like 3 cop cars across the street from my house, and then I was convinced I was gonna get murdered for like an hour.
Because
Oh my
there were
gosh.
cops?
Yes.
You thought there was a killer on the loose. Sounds
No,
opposite to me.
I don't know. It just
Yeah.
it set my anxiety off, and then I had to call my little brother. I was like, Nick. It was literally probably midnight. I was like, Nick, am I gonna get murdered? He's like, no. But he was really kind about it, though.
Oh, my
We were just chatting about our days and what was going on.
That's
I
funny.
was like, Nick, you're sure I'm not gonna get murdered?
Bless
He's like,
him.
no, you're fine. I was like, okay, whatever.
That's really
And then, yeah, the high was that the party was actually really fun, even though I was absolutely horrified. And the people that I knew when I got there all left pretty quickly. So then I was like, oh my gosh. But then it actually turned out really fun, and I got to know like new people, and it was like really actually pleasant. So I was like, shook. It was nice. It was nice.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
The young one, do you want to go?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, our youth.
I'm so tired right now. I don't know what happened, but right before this, I just went like,
Maybe you're like crashing from the stress.
Afternoon
of this week.
slump.
yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe that's my low right now, is that I'm really tired and I'm stressed because we're doing 2 shoots tomorrow and the next day, and my right hand man Ariel has an injury. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And so my mind is just running with like potential problems and like, oh, this, that. But then it's like not really like actually finishing any of the
it
thoughts.
like
So it's
kinda
just kind of like,
ruminating?
So I'm trying to like calm down, but that's probably why I'm tired, because it's running my brain
exhausting to be
into the
stressed.
ground.
You have a huge project.
Yeah.
You'll feel better after this week.
I will feel way better after that. So yeah, I guess my low is right now I'm stressed about those shoots. My high was I had a really good spiritual awakening on Saturday.
I'm a pagan now. I'm just
No.
Oh, my God.
Actually, the opposite. I went to confession.
of pagan.
And I just
Wait, you don't worship the earth. You hate the earth.
yes, I do.
Wow.
I went to confession and I got there really early. I was just sitting in the church and I just like I had a spiritual revelation. I can't really explain it, but it was just like a different perspective on things that was really good. And I just felt like you know when you have like a spiritual reset, when you kind of been in like a desert for a while and then like something happens and then you're like
Yeah.
you have like a new
Like renews your
perspective,
hope,
a
kind of.
reawakening. That's kind of what it was. And it was just a great day of like pondering and like understanding and like just feeling more like hopeful for the future on my spiritual journey. So it was good. It was a
Love
good
that.
day. It was great times.
Did you?
High highs and low lows. I don't really have that much to say except for that Sunday night was my low because, Saturday night, because the twins did not sleep, and I think the longest stretch I got was 2 hours.
Oh.
And then the other stretches I got were like an hour. I
right.
think I got 4.5 total.
Oh my god!
Because
It's
they
like
were
being a
not
night nurse.
It was like
That's a
one would
travesty.
finally get to sleep after like an hour, and then 30 minutes later the other one would wake up, and Max and I were both just like, I just looked at him and I was like, they have to sleep eventually, right? No, they didn't. They never did. They just kept switching off all night. So we both woke up Sunday morning. We were like, we were both like could not function. But yes, that was pretty bad. And then we took like an hour and a half nap with the twin, or actually no, almost 2 hours. We slept while they slept in the morning, which was great.
Wow.
But then we both woke up and we had sleep inertia. We were like, what day is it?
sleep
what's
inertia?
that?
It's when you nap for too long and you're like,
That happens to me every
happens
time I
to
nap.
me.
like,
That's
that
why I
happened to me.
hate
Yeah,
naps.
it's like blurry.
See,
well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
you're nap-
or
I've been
never
napping too
felt
long.
better after or a did you nap. not nap long enough?
You're supposed to nap.
What, 2 hours?
You're supposed to nap
You
not
30
long enough.
minutes or less, I think
What
it
if
is.
you needed 5
feel like I've
hours
done
of
that.
sleep?
Well,
never
if you
feel
get
good after
into
a
the
nap.
But you
deep
can't nap
like
for 5 hours.
REM
That's not
whatever
good
sleep
right
or something
now.
or other, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever, I
I
hate-
just read that napping long periods of time doesn't actually help
I don't
your
nap ever,
sleep
never,
deficit.
never will.
I don't know. Anyway.
Like whatever I. Oh, okay, I'm just kidding.
I hurt you.
That's like, I don't know, I just thought of something.
Honestly,
And then I think my high, Lauren inspired me. I changed my high after listening to Lauren. I was like, oh yeah, I had a moment like that. That was pretty good.
Like, I actually.
I was like, because I had a different high, which was like having these people over for dinner, which was really fun. And that was also high. But I think my other high was that I like actually spent time like journaling and thinking and reading.
love it.
And I kind of went into this like deep thought bubble. And I felt
Love it.
very,
Love it.
I don't think it was on the level. It sounds like you had like a real like spiritual. But like I was definitely like, it was like a spiritual like splash of water to the face.
Oh, I love it.
Like, oof, I'm refreshed.
Yes.
That was my high.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Guys, tell me Lisa does not look like she's on Team USA.
You can't see my tennis dress.
And she looks like a tennis
and
player.
my high socks. One of the keys.
Yes.
Okay,
right.
cool. So we.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went first.
She said the pregnancy thing
Duh.
with the
Didn't
gestational
listen.
diabetes.
So.
Oh, yes. She was enough to make you feel bad.
I want to respond to some of the comments on a previous episode. So sometimes I like to look for some controversies, that exist.
my gosh.
Sometimes I'm like, we don't need to respond to that. But this one was me, so I want to respond to it. I don't remember what
no.
episode it was, but there was a couple
nervous.
people who were like worried about me or
Oh.
mad at me. Worried or mad. I appreciate the ones who are worried more. I gotta tell you guys, I appreciate that. But and I watched part of the episode to like get an idea, and I was like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Why were they worried? But I'm telling you. So I watched the episode and I saw myself. And okay, so when people listen to other people and they like listen like this?
Oh.
Yes.
I have to make myself do that. I don't do that naturally. That is so unnatural to me. But a lot of people, I guess it's natural for them.
myself do it.
I have to make myself do that too.
My relaxed face is like.
Okay, so I was
depends.
doing this the whole time basically. I was really in a ton of pain during this shoot that was this episode. I was in so much pain. I had not slept. I was yawning like every other second. But when I'm in pain, I don't really talk about it or like tell people. I might mention it once and then I'll just not say it and just go hours and just be in a lot of pain. But I won't say anything because it doesn't really make me feel better. I like to ignore it. But anyway, so I was doing what
I feel like
Lisa
when you're
was
in
doing.
pain, you're usually just kind of enraged.
I'm just like this.
Just like,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I'm in so much pain, but I'm just going to push through, basically.
Yeah, it's like a mental
So,
battle.
Yeah, so people are like, what is wrong with Christina or whatever? And some are like, maybe it's pregnancy. You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
It's pregnancy and toddler. You were right.
That's
And
a
they were
double
like,
whammy,
does she
girl.
hate her sisters, basically? No.
Wait,
Yeah, she
what?
hates
Or like,
us.
do I think everything everyone was saying was stupid? No, it was just taking everything in me to just do the episode. I couldn't really add an extra like nice
Niceties.
moment. So like Lisa was talking, and I was just like, I wasn't thinking about what Lisa was saying,
about
guys.
me.
I was thinking about how much pain I was in.
Okay, I feel like people have to realize also, like, we are familia. Okay, we're family. We are not going to be offended. Even if you were sitting there like, I don't really care what Lisa's saying. Do you care that much?
I
If
only
all
want to
of
know
us-
if you guys heard it.
Like,
I only want to know.
we don't expect each other to, like, listen with
Yeah.
bright eyes with everything that we say. Like, we get
We
that
know
we're all
each other
people.
very well.
Like, it's okay if someone's tired or not really listening. Like, we're not like taking that personally.
You
Like,
could
right?
tell
Like,
I was having an off day. You'd be able to tell.
yeah, it's not like, wow, Christine thinks I'm so dumb. It's like, well, she's being
And you know
Miley.
what? I'd like to reference a quote in relation that I
Like-
think everyone should keep in mind. It's be kind, for everyone you know is fighting a hard battle.
They did not think I was fighting a
And
battle. They're
Christina
like,
was
she's
fighting
rude.
a hard battle, which we all are in different ways. so
guys-
you gotta just let her, give her some grace.
Also, do you really care about everything everyone says? I'm not saying you didn't care. You probably did. But it's like, is it
No,
a
I think
crime?
everyone says everything you guys
Is-
say is intriguing.
honestly,
Is it a crime to not care when someone's talking?
And if you
No,
think that
it's not. It's
everything
okay.
coming out
I
of
don't
someone's
think it's a
mouth is the
crime.
best thing ever, you're probably in a cult. Just
Oh,
like I was watching a cult documentary last night, so I'm a little influenced by
Like,
that.
I think
That's a
everyone.
good one.
No, it is literally Jesus. It's up for Jesus.
Everyone, we try to be considerate, put on a nice face when we don't care what people are saying, because it's just reality. You don't always care what everyone's saying all the time, but it's like, it's okay if, sometimes you're just like, oh, I don't really care.
You don't
It's
relate
fine.
to it, or you don't,
okay.
yeah, or you're tired, or you got other things in your mind.
And it's like, we know that also you guys are watching too. It's like, if they don't care what I'm saying, I'm like, well, I know that you do. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking.
Or maybe they don't. You never know. Maybe they're just like, that was boring.
maybe you're skippy, but whatever.
Maybe they're sitting at home watching like
I
this.
don't know. I guess my point is like
Just kidding.
we
I
don't take it as personally as I think you guys do sometimes. If one of us is kind of like seems like they don't care that much.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I
Yeah.
could not
Like-
care less.
And I don't like how
It's
I don't
like,
know. I don't like how people take the listening faces that we have like so seriously. This is
Yeah.
just people in general, not just for us. But when I think of even like babies, like Barrett, and then his little cousin, my brother's little daughter, she kind of has a little smile going on all the time, and Barrett will just be like this, and people will be like, "Are you okay?" And he'll just sit there like this for a while.
And then Barrett's like, no.
And he's just a different personality. He doesn't naturally just sit there like this, but she naturally does. And it's hard for us people out here who don't naturally do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I hate anything. I'm just like, that's just my thinking
I
and
have to
listening,
make myself
or
do
in
that
pain
too.
face.
I have
Yeah, and
to, or
it's-
I look like this.
It's okay, guys. Let's just take the,
okay not to be
the
okay.
pressure off to
Yeah,
just
we don't
react perfectly to everyone all the time. It's like you
Yeah.
can just be you. So
All right,
Yeah.
that was a good discussion. Okay, let's do 5 perspectives. Now, Amy definitely
good.
typed this one up
Oh
because it
my
says,
gosh.
"How often do you clan you space our bathroom?" Wait, whoa, let me see. How often do you clean your bathroom? If you didn't get it,
How often do I clean my bathroom?
Do you clan you
Do I
or
organize my
bathroom?
products into
No,
clans?
it's
No, just
R
kidding. Sorry.
the letter R and then bathroom as
I
one
was-
word.
Guys, I think I was typing on my computer, which I'm even worse
Well, I
at than
just
typing
kept
on
it
my phone.
because it was
How
funny.
often do you
Be
clean
kind.
your
Everyone you know is
bathroom?
Freddie.
How do you
Okay,
clean your
well,
bathroom?
I'm
keyword.
really like cluttered person, so I feel like I clean it probably like every 2 weeks at least because the counter gets so cluttered that I'm like, this is too far. I don't do it
gets
every
cluttered
week
too.
though. I let it really pile up.
I kind of generally keep the clutter under control, and then as far as like wiping it down and stuff, I'm sorry, my house cleaners do that once a month. I don't do it. I don't do it. I
Well,
mean, it's
good
hard
for
to
you,
remember to wipe
honestly.
sometimes. Thank you. Sometimes I
Happy for
will
you.
take my hand and go like this with the water to get all the nastiness out of the sink, and then
Yeah.
wash them.
Wait, use your hand?
Yeah, I don't use any cleaner. I just take it with the water and rub it down, and then wash my hands.
Oh my gosh, I would die.
If you change your baby's diaper and then wash your
no,
hands,
it's just
why
the
can't you
sink.
wipe the
I don't wipe it
sink?
with my hand.
Have
I
you
do-
never gotten poop on your hand?
I do that
have.
too, but I'm not gonna
I
wipe
have.
it on
It's
purpose.
just like a quick clean.
No,
of
I've
just-
done that too.
It gets all
And
the
there's
like
hair
toothpaste
and
down
stuff,
it.
yeah.
Or I take like a paper
Oh, I
towel.
can't.
and do
Oh, no.
So I do that, but that's
Guys,
how I
I
would
have to
die.
shower after I clean bathrooms because I just feel.
Well, that's
yeah. But
Okay, wait, how often did you say?
I don't do it. My house cleaners do it
she
once a month.
keeps it uncluttered, and
Yeah.
then her house
She
cleaners
just is in
actually
a
wipe
habit.
it.
What about
yeah.
the germs?
Guys,
Not the
Lisa
clutter.
is like that girl or whatever because she just said she just keeps it uncluttered.
Well,
But
no,
it's
there's
not just
some
clutter,
No, it's true.
guys.
Lisa's not very cluttered.
You
She's
gotta-
very
gotta
clean.
have the
some
sanitary
clutter,
though.
but
Like, how do you
every
do that?
day, if I'm like, oh, you have to, don't be blind to it. It's like, oh, there's a plastic
Yeah, how
bag
do
right
you
there.
do that?
Ooh, because not relaxing. You have to just just start
so
doing it.
hard.
Walk in there and say, what has to go? Pick 3 things, just 3 big things: trash bag, toilet paper roll, this. Throw them away.
Like, just be a tornado and then do it later.
Once you start it, you're like, ooh, that too, that too. Oh, you know what? These nail polish I've been sitting out for a long time. Thinking of them right now. Maybe put those away.
I want to be in the habit of keeping
It's so
uncluttered,
great.
but I have a routine every weekend. It's part of my like freshen up, reset for the week routine is do a quick clean of the bathroom, and I always feel so good after. So I just do it. It doesn't take that long because I do it every weekend, and it feels so good to go into Monday with a clean bathroom. I'd go into Monday with clean bathroom, clean sheets, clean laundry, clean kitchen, clean
Major
living room.
key.
That's
a
my
good time.
my weekend
That's a
stuff,
great
and I always feel
time.
so good on Mondays.
Ooh, that is a major key. Guys, but does anyone not relate to this? You don't just, when you go into your bathroom that hasn't been cleaned, you don't see with your heart just germs everywhere.
Yes.
Does anyone
No.
feel that?
I only
Yes.
see real dirt. I don't see like germs.
No, I relate.
But
I
I see
relate.
like, oh, I need to sweep the
Anywhere
floor.
where you're
like,
going
oh,
to the
there's
bathroom,
stuff.
there's like those particles. That's
I
that's
don't
the thing.
really
I have a
think about
toilet
it.
room. It's
I
separate.
really don't
Okay,
think
so how
about it.
often are you?
Though, that's what I was thinking, like your bathroom, you know?
Yeah, I don't see them.
Okay, well,
often are
before I had the twins, I was religious every week, sometimes more than that, more than once a week, but usually about once a week. But now that I have the twins, it's like every other week. I start to feel gross. I don't care. I'm a cluttered person for sure. I'm not super organized, and I just piles accumulate a lot, and I get rid of them a lot. I just wish I was better about just putting it away in the first place. Lifelong battle, but I am a very germ Like I
Conscious
just feel
guy?
the germs in my soul, and it makes me like.
I don't.
When it's been too long, it's like I have a timer for every room in my house, and I can remember how often I like de-germed it, and the timer starts going
lot.
like in my head. So yeah.
So you
Don't
think
you
I
have a
have a
day of the week
schedule?
for
I
this?
don't yet.
You mean, can I borrow your sunglasses?
I am
Yes.
disappointed.
I know. I just
I
literally
can't believe
today
you don't.
thought I was gonna. I just today decided to make one in
You
this
should do
moment.
it in the weekend because I feel like you
I was
love
gonna
going
say
to
I
the
would
movies.
do
Because
it.
you're such a schedule
No, here's
person.
the thing. I can't clean on the weekends as much because I'm always so busy. I have
She's
to
on
clean
the go.
during
She's
the
out
week.
and about.
Monday,
She's gone.
Friday,
Gone.
Friday?
Literally, Lord knows.
Friday
No.
morning.
Christina, do you know how many things I have
Thursday?
scheduled for Friday? I have to clean it on
Thursday.
Monday.
Thursday's your life.
I have to do Monday.
Okay.
Would
Monday.
be the
Alright.
day, or maybe Sunday. But apparently, you're not supposed to clean on the Sabbath or something. I don't
Wait,
know.
but guys, PSA.
I'm kidding. I
you
don't
just
know.
need to do a 5-minute bathroom routine. You doesn't have
Well,
to be crazy.
no. Cleaning
Spray, wipe,
my
wipe.
bathroom
Literally 5 minutes.
is one of
Just
my
do it quick.
favorite activities. It is one of my favorite
It's very
activities.
relaxing. That's why I love doing
turn
it.
on a movie or television and I just wipe everything
telenovela.
down.
Oh, I always
never
gotta listen to a
have
podcast
clutter
or
in my
YouTube.
bathroom, really ever. It's just
I've been
like
in there. You don't use a lot
it
of
gets
product.
pretty.
I don't care about the clutter. I just care about the.
It gets pretty like grimy
Dusty
and like
soap
kind of
scum.
dusty. So then
guys.
I have to clean it pretty.
Gotta get rid of it.
I would like to clean it once a
pet peeve.
week, but realistically, I clean it like once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So now
That's
I want
not
to
bad.
get to once a week.
Okay. Did you say yours?
Yeah, it's like every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just I
Hey, that's
have
not-
to.
that's
I
not
like.
bad.
I got last week's breakfast, not really, but I got the plate in there.
She
Dang.
does. She holds half
I'm like,
hard,
it's gotta
like,
go.
dishes captive.
Okay, so let's go to the main topic, which is
Main
unpopular
event.
opinions. So we each had written down like what was it? How many did we write
5.
before? 5 or something?
And we
But-
each got through like 2 or 3.
We only got through 2 or 3 last time. So we're like, we can't let these go to waste. This is like a couple episodes ago. We need to continue.
Bring it
so,
back.
who wants to say the first unpopular opinion?
Look, I'll go first. I may have. I think I said this in the past, but it's been many moons, so I feel like I can regurgitate it.
Okay.
And this is no hate. This is simply a personal
For all these are no hate.
statement. Well, this is specifically no hate because I don't like 95% of Taylor Swift's music.
Oh
And
my god!
I feel like everyone loves her. And
Yep.
nowadays, it's less, she's had more of a controversy, whatever. I don't know. Now there's people who are split. But when she first came out, every girl in the world was like, Taylor Swift! And I was like, I am some alien humanoid, whatever, that apparently doesn't relate to these songs. The first 2-3 albums, I was like,
Okay, so not being able to relate, that's definitely.
I did, and it wasn't even like I hate this. It would come on, I just wouldn't register it. It would just, because there's plenty
Lauren is
of artists that I hate. Actually, and we are not going into that. I don't want to spread hatred, okay? Even though there are artists that I hate, their music, I'm like, oh my gosh, shut it off. It wasn't even like that. It's just nothing. I felt nothing.
Wow, what a musical episode this is
So
turning out to
that's
be.
my first unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I just did a song.
Lauren,
two
I know you
songs.
disagree.
I do disagree deeply, but
I
that's
deeply
okay.
disagree too.
I love
can't-
her stuff.
I can't disagree with you
Yeah, your
not
taste.
liking
Yeah, you
something,
not being able to
Lauren,
relate to
I
it.
know.
but I don't feel the same way.
Yes, I know. I don't
Okay,
feel the same way.
Who wants to go?
I'm gonna say this is not technically unpopular, but it just popped into my head.
What?
I don't eat at real restaurants.
What is a real
All I eat
restaurant?
at is like if I'm not gonna eat at
What's the
home, I get
opinion?
like Sonic.
You hate
I
restaurants?
don't go
A
out
sit-down
to eat
restaurant.
at restaurants.
Wait, so if
I
someone's
just
like,
don't do
"Hey,
it.
Amy, do you want to go to lunch?" What do you say?
No one asked me if I want to go to lunch.
You've never been asked to
guys.
lunch.
And it also stresses me out a little bit because I'm like, I'm gonna spend like $20 on food. I don't love it.
So the only time you eat out is fast food.
Basically,
This is the
or I
opinion
get
then.
tacos that are like $2.
You don't like eating at restaurants other than fast food.
like. I like
Okay.
the food, but like I don't.
What if someone
love
paid
having-
your way? It's just spending the money.
Honestly, I might like it better.
What if I'm like,
Honestly.
"Hey, Amy, dinner's on me. You want to go to the
Yeah,
restaurant?
I
you
think
would
I
like it?"
enjoy it.
Okay.
Now that I think back, when we took you to food after we went to the flea market, in my mind, I'm like, you look like a fish out of water.
I am.
Yeah, she said,
I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going
But I
on.
didn't register it back then. I'm like,
Oh wait, you know it's probably because I hate being around people when they're eating. That would make sense.
Just say yes. We could have brought you out.
Wait, that's so
Good
interesting.
But I didn't realize it, and it's not like a normal thing.
You
It's
mean because
like,
like the chewing? You hate it?
it's just like sometimes, and it's not all the time, but
into
sometimes
it.
I just hate it. Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It grosses
So
you
I
out?
just don't really frequent restaurants at all.
Wow. I'm like, please take my money. Every restaurant
I
in the
love
world. I will give you
restaurants.
every
Ooh,
dollar.
I love
When
restaurants.
they have
Nice ambiance. Oh,
I
so
feel like
fun.
love it.
One of the unpopular opinions in there was being around people eating is horrible, basically.
Oh, it's
I
horrifying.
don't know if that. I mean,
No,
I don't love being
that's-
around people eating.
I don't
didn't
really
even
mind.
think about
People
it.
don't like eating.
I don't mind.
I think I like people eating, actually.
I like people eating
You're
unless
like-
they're eating ranch
Yeah.
and it gets on their lip. And then I'm like,
Ah, stop it.
Like when
Twitch.
people
Don't
are
speak
eating
about
on things I'm watching, I like it. I like
weird.
it.
That's
That's
like
weird.
neutral.
Because I'm like,
unpopular
yeah, that's
opinion.
good.
Actually, no, it's not because those videos have
Yes.
millions of views.
Yeah,
I'm
people
one of
like
those
seeing someone
people.
eat.
And
I don't really
feel-
seek it out, but I like it.
I
It's
feel
just
like my
weird.
friend group doesn't really frequent restaurants with each other, really.
I frequent restaurants.
Okay, but you're never like, let's go get. Well, you are.
Yeah, because I'm like, no one wants to spend money.
Yeah, that's yeah,
I get it.
yeah. So I just don't frequent restaurants.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Okay. Is this unpopular? If there's a carpool situation happening, I want to drive. I like driving. I feel like
I
a
think
lot
it
of
kind of
people.
is.
I think it's half and half.
I think a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to drive. Oh, I don't
wanna
have to
drive.
drive. I
don't wanna
love
drive.
driving.
No.
If
I
there's
love
a carpool,
not driving, yeah.
I don't like being driven by other people. Really.
For safety reasons or just
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I was
know.
wondering.
Ooh.
It's like I kind of get car sick. I think. I like a lot of
Oh.
people is kind of like jerky drivers.
Oh,
I'm like,
she
okay.
hates it when I
You
drive.
judge their
I
driving.
try my
Well,
best,
it's
but
not
I can't do it.
judging
feel
it.
unsafe?
It's just like it like
It
I'm
doesn't
like,
live up to your standards.
She
yeah,
always
that's
says,
how I feel.
literally when I'm driving, Lauren always says, you need to be friends with the brake. Be friends.
Wait, what does that mean?
I'm like,
Like
really
not don't bully the brake. Just like
because I drive.
That's
I'm
one
learning
way to
with
say
my, with like this way, not with my foot on the ground going up.
Well, 'cause can you
but
reach
going
your-
Oh, you
down.
use your whole leg.
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
I
that's
can.
intense.
It's just a little bit
Okay,
annoying.
because you put your seat
You
down.
know, I
Well,
somewhat relate to you somewhat because my feet are the same size as you, but
Yes,
my legs aren't.
it's a little
Because
hard.
my foot can't just sit there and then use the foot. It's like I really
Yeah.
gotta use
Because you
more
guys
than
have
that.
such long
Yeah.
feet.
It doesn't quite reach.
I feel like people fall into two categories with driving usually. They're either not very good or they're good, but they're too aggressive
Aggressive.
where it scares me. So
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people that I feel good
That's
driving
true.
me. Because I'm either like, you're going to jerk me around, but it's fine, or you're going to jerk me around and we might
And it's
crash.
scary.
It's like
Yeah.
either way I'm being
Yeah.
jerked.
Now
So I'm
here's
like,
not to at anyone, but and you can feel free not to answer. But do you enjoy it when your man's drives you around?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Well, because he's a good driver. That's
Okay,
smooth.
okay,
He's not
okay.
trying to
He
kill
looks
me.
like he'd be really cautious with two hands. Am
I
I
feel
right
like
or
wait,
wrong?
doesn't he drive
He's
kind of like
middle.
a
He
grandma?
looks to me
a
like
little
he would
bit?
drive like this.
I don't know. He
I
has
feel
really
like he
long
drives
arms.
very slow and
Oh,
like
no.
obeys
he
all
has
the laws.
to go really far back. His arms are really long.
very
You're
long.
right.
He's like a medium driver. He's not slow, but he's not speeding. He's a little, he's a defensive driver. I appreciate
Guys,
it.
Max is a New Yorker through and through,
Yeah,
and he
that-
gets so
I hate
annoyed,
that.
and he has to go right up on him. I'm
Yes.
like, please, come back. I literally am doing the invisible brake pedal. Stop. And he's like, I'm not even that close. I'm like, yes, you are. You're supposed to be two car lengths. Two car lengths. And I'm like, ah. But it's just New
funny.
York. They're very like
Yeah.
aggressive, and they're like, get in there, get out of my way. It's very like.
I also
scared.
don't love carpooling in general because I like to have my freedom.
Yeah.
I don't want to be tied to anybody when I'm leaving and when I'm going there, and like it just
Still have
stresses me a little bit.
We're not going to do this title. This is a joke. Really dramatic title because we're making a joke of dramatic titles of Catherine. Why
Okay,
Catherine?
everyone can scrub these
Why Catherine begs her husband to stop torturing her.
That is not accurate.
We're not gonna do it.
I'm just saying it's a joke.
No, it's
Wow.
more why Catherine says a Hail Mary when her husband's driving sometimes. Love you, Max. You're a great driver. Just
Max
a
is
little
great.
too aggressive for me.
My gosh.
Okay, I'll
Catherine's
go.
most hated
Oh my gosh.
trait of her husband.
Anyone.
Okay.
We're not going to do that.
Okay, so oh my gosh. So guys, this one I asked Christine about this because we did an unpopular opinions video like I think 6 or 7 years ago on our
Yeah.
YouTube channel, and
I just found my note from that when I
yes,
was
and
looking
I went
mine
and
up.
watched it to get ideas. And what I realized was in the video, we said our opinions, but we didn't say. We just said them really quick. We never explained them. So
That's
I'm
true.
gonna do one of mine from the video, and I'm gonna explain it.
Okay.
Let's
I
hear.
hate this is my idea of a torture day. Amusement parks. I hate them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell
my
you why.
gosh.
So I have sensory issues and I hate loud noises. I hate crowds. Not that I hate the people. I love the people, but I
She
feel
hates every person.
I feel like I'm drowning in an ocean of misery because I just feel like at amusement parks. Okay, this is just my opinion. Okay, if you might love them, that's okay.
I love
I
It's just
like
me.
them.
I've been to Disneyland once because I didn't want to go, but I felt like I could just feel the escapism. I was like, we're all just here trying to avoid our problems, but they're still there when you go home.
You're too
like,
existential.
Way too existential. And I'm like, this food is overpriced. They have us trapped in this amusement park, and they know we have spent $20 on a tiny bowl of pasta that's literally like a quarter of the size of what you'd normally get. Literally, that was Disneyland. I had this like tiny bowl of pasta for $20.
$20.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's the one in California, but
Jeez.
it's too
That is
loud,
so
and
funny.
I hate waiting. Christina and I both are so impatient. I hate waiting in lines. If I see a line, my blood pressure.
And you
I
hate
it.
roller coasters.
And I hate feeling like I'm
And you
herded
get-
around
you
like
get
a
sick.
sheep. Yes, and I get sick on roller coasters. I get motion sickness.
And you hate uncleanliness and people are
And
sweating on you.
I hate public bathrooms. I literally. Oh, one time
like
I went on a
everything you
mission
hate.
trip and I had to shower in the public shower. And it was literally 200 girls in like, I think there was like 15
That
showers.
was honestly scary.
Oh my gosh. It was
like a
When I
challenge.
say my soul left my body.
Oh my
Because they had
god.
a cleaning crew that came in every day. I'm not even going to describe to you the
Let's
horror
not.
of that
Let's
shower.
not talk about it
I
because
feel
it
like I was
haunts
like,
me.
okay, I'm so sweaty because I was outside working in the garden all day. I need to shower, but I can't do this. I can't do this.
And
There's
you're
water
like
on the
standing
floor.
in dirt.
Now,
Yeah,
what does
okay.
Max
But
think
you're wearing
about
flip-flops.
amusement parks?
Doesn't like them.
I love it.
wouldn't
Match
think
made in
he would.
heaven.
Yeah, we are literally a match made in
That's
heaven.
the litmus
So
test,
funny.
ladies
listen,
and
you
gentlemen.
guys enjoy your rides. I will not be waiting in the line.
You have
I
enough
don't
of a
wanna
ride
be-
with Max in the car. Then you're like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways, I have no desire to go to one ever again.
Good for you.
I'll probably take my sons at one point, but I'll be like, I need to like go to a spa.
Kath, why
after
don't
this.
you just like... Mom never went to amusement parks with us.
She didn't. I
Oh
think
yeah,
she
she
hates
made her
them.
aunts and uncles take us.
I think she hates them.
Yeah, Kat, I'll take him. I'll team up.
You know what?
No,
Mom is
she's
like,
going
I
with
hate
us.
camping. I'm never going to take them camping. And then
Well, I don't
she's
know
like,
if she
"Maybe."
likes
I'm like,
them.
I kind of want to
She's
take you.
excited. Maybe she's better now.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
we
she's
used to
changed.
always
I
just
think it's
be
just too stressful.
home.
She might have
We're
had
all
Maybe
little.
she's developed.
Well, she had to like stay home with like the 6 children that were.
Yeah, she had to stay with the babies.
she was a little busy.
Wait, what are you talking about?
When
Mom,
we
she
would
likes
go,
them or
when we
not?
would go
I
to
feel like
Marine
Mom's
World,
sensitive too. Maybe
when we
not.
would go to Marine World when we were little, Mom would send like our aunts and
aunts,
uncles
and
and dad's
babysitters.
employees to watch us.
is really
each
fun.
one to each kid, and
They
she
were our
would stay
babysitters,
home.
guys.
But it was like 4 of us, and there was like 5 kids at home. So that I think she couldn't go because she had to watch all the little kids.
Yeah.
She's like,
I
get the older
always
kids
wanted
out of
to
the house
go.
for a day.
I never was allowed to. But
was
also,
a
I couldn't
great-
ride anything. I was
great
like 3
moment.
inches tall.
I'm pretty sure there's a Six Flags in like Atlanta
Yeah.
or something.
God, just we'll figure it out.
I don't want to
Okay,
go.
should I do
No,
one?
I'm saying we'll figure it out.
I
So
will
you
go
don't have
for
to
my
go,
son's
Kat.
sake, but I will hate every minute of it.
Okay.
Kat, just get Nick and Joey to team up and
oh,
go
yes.
with
The
Max.
Funkles, yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't even
No,
have to
but Max
go.
wouldn't
Oh my
wanna go
gosh, the
either.
uncles. That'd be so
That'd
fun.
be
Well,
really
no,
fun.
he'll just supervise.
But then I would worry. What if
Yeah,
they
I
get
would
hurt?
worry if they were taking them.
Yeah,
They're
if I
so
can do anything.
cautious though.
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually really
So,
are.
We talked about this earlier, so then I'm just gonna say, but it's not that interesting. But
What?
it's true. Is that my unpopular opinion? Is that naps are horrible. Never do them. They'll ruin your life. They don't make anything better. They make everything worse.
Can I
love
actually tell you
naps.
something I just said to my friend recently that I think the most like euphoric best part of human existence is the feeling you feel right before you fall asleep when you're taking a nap.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a high. I
agree.
love it so
No,
much. Like,
no, no,
you're
no.
just like all your
No, no,
stress
no.
melts away. You can just feel your body just
No.
relaxing. You're like, I'm on a cloud.
I didn't know
Not
you're such.
even
I agree.
close.
I didn't know you're such an avid napper.
She
I-
definitely
You don't
is.
know that? Lauren
No.
spends most of her
hate
weekends
them.
napping.
Okay.
And mom accounts always talk about naps.
I love
and
naps.
napping and pregnancy counts
just
too. And
have
I'm like,
to.
I can't. I hate them. They're horrible. Everyone talks about they're so good. They're not good. They're
The last
Yeah.
month of my pregnancy,
love
I
them.
would sometimes nap 2 times a day.
Good for
I couldn't
you.
help it. I would just
I've done
pass
that.
out.
I passed
I
out
don't
many
nap.
times without meaning
I
to.
literally will put
don't
on.
nap.
In the first trimester.
Good for you.
Yeah, Lauren,
I
actually,
can't do it either.
I took a nap today.
can't
and
do it.
I
Wow.
had 20 minutes left. I woke up in the middle of the nap and I was like, oh, what time is it? And I was like, I literally, my mind said, 20 more euphoric minutes.
Oh my
and then I
God.
went back to
it
sleep.
just feels so
And
good.
then I slept for 40.
Okay,
instead
see
of
why
12.
I'm so adamant about getting to bed early? Because if I'm not going to have all these great naps everyone's enjoying, then
yeah.
I take it seriously.
That's
I'm
good.
getting into
That
bed
is maybe
early.
Maybe that's why both of us can't nap, is because we both pass out so early.
Yeah.
I wish I went to bed early.
No,
My
I'm
bane
really
of my
tired in
existence.
pregnancy,
That's a
and I
chicken and
still
the egg
can't.
thing.
Me too, Christina. When I'm really tired, I
problem.
can't nap at all.
It's a problem. Okay, sorry. Who wants to go next?
Okay, this one, I think this is unpopular. I don't know, let me know. I love going to the dentist and the doctor. I love it.
I wouldn't
That
say.
That is
deeply
really
unpopular.
unpopular.
I wouldn't
Okay.
say I love it.
I love it.
but
I get
don't hate
excited
it.
because I want to know what's up. I love being taken care of. I
Wow.
love getting checked in. I
Middle.
love getting the
I
one-on-one.
wish I could relate.
Lisa,
The
that's my
411.
worst fear.
Okay.
My worst fear. And
I
you
love
love
it.
it.
That's so
Yes, I'm
interesting.
like, hey, I get excited. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow, and I'm like, get my teeth clean.
I need to set a dentist
If there's
appointment.
cavities
Oh, I
in there, they're
hate
gonna
it.
get
Yeah,
fixed.
I think it's probably safe to say.
It's like a
unpopular.
mental battle warfare.
It's a
for
mental
me.
battle.
I'm like,
extremes.
Because I think
On the other
I don't want to
end.
know what's going on, because I always think that I'm going to be like dying or something.
Oh my
and then
gosh,
I'm
yeah.
going to lose
Wouldn't
all
you
my
want
money.
to know?
No, because then once you go, then
I want to know.
they're going
You'd
to tell you
rather
that you're
die
dying and then you're going to lose all your money.
unexpectedly.
Yeah.
What? Wait,
I always make myself
Here,
do it.
here lies Amy Cimarelli, passed away because of question mark, died unexpectedly.
No, I make myself do it. I go to the doctor and the dentist and I
You just
see what's up.
hate it.
I don't hate it per se, but making
dread it.
myself do it is really hard, because I'm like, all these things are going to be wrong with me and it's going to be
Because you
horrible.
just said when you go to the doctor, you're going to realize you're dying and lose all your money.
Yes.
That's quite a bad
Have you
association.
ever gotten your blood test and then you get like $1,000 bill and then
Yes,
you're like,
no,
many
but I haven't
times.
lost all my money?
No, that's what it's like having twins.
Yes.
All the bills.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
shoot.
I can go. I hate New Year's and Halloween. Hate them.
I like Halloween.
That's pretty
Worst
unpopular, I
holidays
think.
ever. I think the best holiday, Christmas.
I love New Year's.
4th of July, best
What?
holiday. Yes. Okay.
4th of July is so fun.
4th of
Oh
July.
my
Listen,
gosh.
wait, can I say something?
Yes.
4th of July is like unexpectedly fun.
Okay,
Because
this
you
is
think
exactly
it's
why.
like, okay.
This is what I'm saying. Okay, this is my soapbox. New Year's. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a sparkly dress. No, you can never find one. They look weird. They make you all your bulges bulge more. I'm gonna go to this cool party. No one has
There's never
that.
a cool party.
There's no cool party. You're probably gonna play
I
board
took
games in
you
your
to
pajamas
one.
and go to bed at 9 p.m.
When did we
went out
It's-
downtown.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
I once
like
heard
that.
this
So many
quote
parties.
that
Okay,
said,
okay.
unhappiness is when it's like happiness is when something exceeds your expectations, and unhappiness is when it's below what you expected. I always have this weird freaking High School Musical view of New Year's. Like, oh,
Okay,
they're
do
gonna.
you ever make plans?
No, there's nothing to
There
do.
you go. There
There's
you go.
nothing to do ever.
If you look
to
up,
make
and
something.
everyone is
Catherine,
out of town.
just
Just for the
Google
holidays. No one's
Nashville
around.
New Year's celebrations.
And then- but there's a bunch
like
of crowds.
50
Yeah,
of
you
them.
don't like
no,
crowds.
That's not what
Catherine,
you
you can
Is that a
find
problem?
something small and local.
I
There's
can't find
find something at church. There's so
No, they
many
don't
ways.
do anything at
They have
church.
like
Wait,
What
night
about,
prayer
what about
sessions.
personal growth? That's why I love it.
Okay, no, I do like. No, I like.
Yeah, that's not New Year's Eve.
I
That's
like
the
that.
New
Okay, I
Year.
do
I'm
like
thinking
that.
like
You
the
like
New Year's
pick a word of the
starting
year and you
soon.
set
New Year, new-
goals. But that's more. That's New Year's Day. I
That's
like New Year's
exciting.
Day is good. I like setting goals for the new year. But
Oh,
the New
Is
Year's
that you do it
night.
all night?
Okay, and also
Kind
guys,
of.
Halloween.
That's what I'm doing.
Seriously scribbling.
I'm like my new goals because I
No,
don't want to go
I really
anywhere
enjoy
either.
that too.
So I'm like, oh,
Well, at
it's
least you
gonna
don't
be
hate
great.
it.
Okay, and then also Halloween. I always think it's gonna be so fun. You get to wear this costume and have candy, and then I just forget to get a costume, and then I'm stressed.
Again,
and then
you didn't
don't
make a
candy
plan.
tastes
I gotta tell you your
horrible.
problem. Here's your problem. You don't come to my house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kat,
We
you never
have
come
the
to her
best
house.
Halloweens
No,
at my
no,
house.
listen, I did come to your house
Just
and it was
saying.
fun. And I had a pretty good
Just
Halloween. But
saying.
Halloween just always gives me a sad feeling. I don't know what
you
it
need
is.
to do what we did last year with the dancing.
Oh,
it
that
was
was
so
so
fun.
amazing.
I
It was a thrill.
I barely left my couch because last year the twins
did
were
have
like,
baby,
not
of
last
course.
year.
the twins were like
Next
6
time.
weeks
Come this
old
year,
last
Kat. Then
Halloween,
and
and I
Barrett
was
can
like
play. It'll be
crawling out of my
fine.
grave.
Yeah, I'll either be dancing this
oh my
year
gosh,
or
no,
supervising.
okay, now I think though all these holidays are gonna be more fun because I have kids
Yes.
now and
Oh, they're
it's
gonna be so
way
much
more fun. But
Bring
anyway.
them this year.
But guys, listen. Okay, wait. Last thing is 4th of July is the best because you don't expect anything except for fireworks.
really don't.
You're
It's
always
just like a
gonna
barbecue.
Your 4th
Okay.
of July fireworks will always be there, and then it's like this fun
and then
summer
with
party.
kids with
Yeah.
it's
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Scared.
Guys, I had such a
wonder
good
what
New
Barrett will
Year's. I
think.
just realized, you know what I did? We had Chad's mom over. We put on, and our two friends that are like a couple. and we played Calvin Harris on our Alexa, so it's like club music, and we played cards until
that sounds
like
fun.
10:30.
But
It
no one
was
invites me
so
to do that.
fun,
and I don't invite anyone to do
I
it.
planned it myself.
No, I know. I don't
Make
invite
a
anyone
plan.
either. But I feel
Make
like all
a
my
dang
friends are
plan.
out of town.
You have to
visiting
say
their
to
families
Kevin,
for the holidays.
in the beginning of December, what are you doing for New Year's? No one's gonna say unless they're already going out of town. You can find someone who's free. You just have to plan ahead.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
I think
with
I
this.
tried to plan something and then
Like,
everyone got sick.
gotta
this
plan
year.
I
ahead.
had
That's
a
what
really
happened.
good New Year's this year, though. I did accomplish it.
too.
I did too.
Also,
Well,
4th of July has
good
been
for you.
really
I
tough
was
New
for
Year's
me.
is fun for me because my anniversary is around that time, so I like do something
that's
fun with my
cute.
BF. Last year was so fun. We
Were
went
you
to the
guys
beach.
sick,
It was
though?
fun.
Oh, wait, no, you got sick
Oh, it's
after
fun because
that.
it's Nick's birthday for me, except for I was really sick, so not this year. But normally I'm like, yay, it's your birthday.
This year you were
And-
struggling to
Yeah,
make
it's like-
cookies.
Yeah, this year was not good.
And you're also like, you're post Christmas. It's kind of sad. You're like,
Oh,
oh,
I
man,
think
I
it's
waited
still
all
that-
year for Christmas and now it's over. I have to
It's
wait a
the
whole year.
afterglow of Christmas.
Lisa,
I don't feel
I
it.
think
I'm like, oh, it's
Lisa
over.
has a lot to teach us with holiday maintenance.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lisa's got the holidays on lock. I really
She
don't.
really
Except for
has a
4th
lot
of
to
July, though,
teach.
what you said.
I love it.
Okay, in California, I had a few good ones. I don't think I've had a really good one out here. I need to figure out what my plans are. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm always kind of floating around. I haven't figured out what's the thing I want to do. Like the fireworks at night are fun, but the daytime, I'm like, I want to be like out partying, and I'm like, where do I party?
Oh,
Like I'm not gonna go
true.
drink with a bunch of college students, obviously, but I want this party atmosphere. But I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm looking for.
Do you have like a
I'm
local
blind. I can't
pool you
see.
can go to maybe, or like?
No.
See, but then I
And
just
then
think it's
like,
going to be crowded because it's a holiday.
Yeah, it's tricky. I'm like, maybe I
right.
need to plan like a slip and slide thing or
Yeah.
something. But then I can't do that. But it'd be fun to watch
But
the
you
kids.
could watch
I don't
other
know.
people have fun.
So it needs to evolve. But that's my weak part anyway.
Okay.
Off track.
We'll figure.
Who has another
That's
one?
so soon.
Who's
Okay.
got another one?
Here's one.
Oh,
Oh my, how dare you? So this is a little medical, but it's a human triumph because I liked my C-section. And I know everyone has very different
Whoa.
experiences, and you hated yours and many people hate theirs. And this is what I've found
Hated
from
it
my
so
own self
much.
and many women who are yet to give birth or haven't
it's
had
not
one.
that unpopular. I think a lot of women are like, oh.
But a lot of them hate it. And a lot of people who haven't had one are like, it's my worst fear. It was my
It
worst
was
fear.
my worst
It was
fear.
my worst fear. So
I was
when
really
it
scared.
actually happened, when they were saying you have to get a C-section, I was like, my whole world crumbled. And I was like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And so when it actually happened, I was like, oh. And then I finally started to realize, I was like, oh, I'm done. It's over. I'm done giving birth. This failed induction. And I just relaxed. And I was like, it was like a nice gentle light at the end of the tunnel. So it's not always like that. Sometimes it is really bad. Many times, not to invalidate that. But for me, it ended up, I was like, you know what? I overcame my biggest fear and I ended up liking it. So it was a really cool thing. And I've just seen so many people that are just like, anything but a C-section. I'm like, your regular whatever
Other
birth
bad things can happen
might
too.
be worse than what the C-section would have been.
I would say mine was pretty traumatic and I didn't have C-section.
Yeah,
Lots of
so
things
it
can
just
go
you
wrong.
can't put
Traumatic.
all the eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
But
that's
anyway,
true.
that was just my personal experience, and I really
And I've
liked
had friends who've had C-sections that were like, yeah, it was super chill. Like, especially like when it was like scheduled. Because they knew what to
Well,
expect.
mine was urgent but not emergency. So
I
that's
guess not everyone
different.
loses so much blood. I always
Yes,
forget that. I always
yes,
forget
yes,
what would
yes,
it feel
yes.
like if I didn't lose so much blood.
Well, and you know what I realized?
Yours was emergency.
Yeah,
so
yours was
really
emergency.
traumatic.
It's different, and very serious. I realized too. This is just a quick side note that I never would have been able to like give birth on my own. Do you know why? And this is real because the month leading up to it, my body shut down. I had no muscle. I was exhausted. The 3 days before, I couldn't fall asleep until midnight and woke up at 5. I was extremely sleep deprived to begin with. Had no muscle. And I knew Lily's a big baby. And they're like, if the baby gets stuck, you can move this way, you can move that way. No, I can't. Oh, do a squat. I can't even pick up a towel. How am I going to do a squat? Lift your leg up. I can't. I can't. So if she were to just slide right out, yes, I would have been able to give birth. But I just made me feel better because it's like, again, the NBA thing. Imagine you've played basketball one time and then you're like, I'll never be Shaquille O'Neal. I was someone who played basketball one time. I was not physically able. And I was like, why can't I? Because I was like, why couldn't I do it? What's wrong with me? And I was like, I wasn't in the condition. If you just had surgery and you're like, on your abs and you're like, why can't I do 10,000 crunches? You wouldn't think that. But I'm like, I wasn't there. So anyway, that just made me feel better. Just a side note.
Yeah.
Everything was stacked against me. Every single thing. So that's just my birth thing. But I don't
This might not be that unpopular, but I just I hate scary movies, and I
hate them.
Like, it's not like, oh, I don't like being scared, because I genuinely, it's not like that bad
you
for
listen
me.
to murder stories, that's scary.
Yeah, what?
They make me angry for some reason.
It's kind of weird. Like, why did
They make me angry because I'm like, I feel like it's like wrong, and I feel like they why are they trying to scare me? Like, no offense, but I don't want to sit there and be jump scared and watch people violently slashed and
you don't have to
watch like traumatic things?
Yeah,
But
I don't get the
traumatic
appeal.
things.
In real life.
That's different.
That actually happened.
Well, I think that too.
less-
Why?
And I don't like the
my
gratuitous
gosh.
violence of it either.
I know. I heard a
don't
news
know.
story the other day that I still keep thinking about. I'm like, this is horrifying.
Oh, I think
How can you? No.
Oh.
Okay, some scary
think you know?
movies are like
I
deeply
know.
violent and disturbing, and I don't
Yes.
like those. But some is just
Or
more
mine.
like a thrilling story where you're just like, like
gonna
it's just
happen?
really
Oh, but
intriguing.
see, that's the
isn't that like a
difference.
thriller?
Suspense.
No,
Thriller.
I watched Silence of the Lambs and I actually did like it. I was like, because a lot of it is like the mystery.
The suspenseful
Yeah,
it's not
movies can be a little
horror,
bit
horror,
better,
horror, but it's a lot of disturbing stuff.
I just
but
think it's
the-
not right.
It's the
It just,
case.
I don't like it, and I think that
I like to be disturbed every once in a while.
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but not violence. I don't like violence.
Yeah.
Disturbing is
What are you
Okay.
disturbed by that's not violent?
just
yeah,
like
I don't know,
like
bro.
creepy,
psychological.
weird, scary stuff.
Like someone got kidnapped.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't tell you, but I know that
That's
I've really liked
horrible.
creepy movies in the past.
Yeah.
Creepy, but not like I liked Edward Scissorhands. That's a really
Oh,
cool.
Ew.
that's-
But it's not like it's not violent.
I feel like movies from
Isn't that-
what's his name, Tim Burton, always
Yes.
make me feel like I need to take a shower
and
or
I-
like I'm
and
gonna
I
throw
like Tim
up,
Burton
and I
movies.
just don't like it.
That's
I
They
don't
make
know.
me feel like I'm gonna throw up.
There's
I
something
don't
about
know
creepy stuff that you're
why.
kind of like, huh? But
They make
not
me
evil
feel
and not demonic and not
nauseous.
violent. That's
And
not
not that they're like,
funny.
I don't know. I just have a very low threshold apparently for nausea or things that make me feel.
You want like some
Yeah.
chill
Like-
movie? Oh yeah, you like
You like
Hallmark movies?
Hallmark.
I like Hallmark because I know the ending. I already know. The second they have that, like they bump into them, you know. You just know.
Maybe he's like googling. The
I don't
plot
even
on
have
their
to
phone.
spoil them.
The one.
I don't
wait,
even have to.
yeah.
They
What was the
already-
one?
They spoiled themselves.
It's like a Christmas kiss or something where they kiss in the elevator. They're like,
It's so bad.
oh hey, I'm working here. Oh no, and then they get in the elevator and it goes "Doo, doo, doo, doo," and it starts like shaking like an earthquake, and they're like, oh my gosh, we better kiss. It's like why did they kiss?
Do you not remember
In a
that
situation of like an earthquake in an elevator or like it's stuck and you think you're dying, why would you kiss a
I would be
random
way
person?
too alarmed.
You
I
don't know.
Yeah,
they
that's
did,
it.
Phobia
they
setting
didn't even
in.
know each
It
other.
was so that I don't even think that was actually Hallmark, but like
Oh yeah, but it's like Netflix.
it's
but
in the same realm.
Okay, guys, we have time for like 3 more.
Okay.
I didn't really like mine, so
what?
they're just I don't know. I couldn't really think much.
I don't really
Too
like
hateful?
mine. Okay, you want to do one?
I
of yours?
want-
No, I just couldn't
Um,
really think. I was like, I don't know.
You translation. You didn't think of any.
Yeah.
Not you didn't like them.
I think this pertains
You
to
lied.
our earlier 5 points thing that I love cleaning. I love cleaning and I love doing
people do.
laundry.
That's in the middle.
Do people like cleaning? I feel
I
like
like-
think
okay,
a lot of
people
people
do.
clean. I
There's so
love
many cleaning videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think
once I
actually
actually do
satisfying.
it, then I like it.
I could
think
literally before I had the babies.
It's like a 50-50
Before I was
thing.
like deathly pregnant, I would spend easily 5-6 hours every weekend cleaning and love every minute and not mind it at
I love
all.
cleaning.
I put on my sneakers and I put on a podcast and I just go around my whole house
the house to clean
because
it.
you don't like if you're mopping and stuff, you don't want your feet to get wet, So I don't know.
That's
I
why
like
you
it.
shower after. Anyway.
And then you're all like sweaty after, like you feel like you got a good workout. And you're like,
oh yeah,
that's
it's a good
nice.
feeling.
Feels good. I just love it. My me
Okay,
time.
I have one that none of us would get mad at this, but a lot of people would get really mad at this, and I would definitely say that this is unpopular. That most, or maybe even all, that would really anger people. So it could make it more dramatic. All people, almost all people, have mental health issues and probably should either be in therapy or be working on them in some way, but aren't aware and don't want to be aware. I think the popular opinion is that there's like a norm, and then there's these people with mental health issues who are like outside the norm. I think like maybe the severe cases are more like outside the norm, but I think most people have some kind of like, I mean, how's that? It's like physical health. Most people have some kind of a physical health issue to work on.
Yeah.
So then why would it not make sense that most people also have some kind of a mental health thing, but that's the one that has like the stigma, so they wouldn't want to acknowledge that, but it's easier to be like, yeah, I have some knee issues.
Yeah.
I want to work on those. I want to get better with my knees, whatever. I don't know.
Is it most people don't think that, or is it just older people?
I think most
Because I
people
know a lot
don't
of
think
like
that.
boomers are like, what? Stop being a baby. But I feel like a lot, like
I think most people don't think
No.
that.
I think the youth definitely does not think everyone has mental health problems because people are
interesting.
kind of more like, I am the only
am the only
one
person.
that feels this way.
They'll be like, I have a friend who deals with anxiety.
and,
Whatever.
like
Yeah,
millennials. I feel like they. I don't know.
I
But
don't
then
know.
people also say,
I feel
like,
that's hard to know.
People, okay, but then it's confusing because also a lot of people are like, don't use these mental health like word terms unless
You have a diagnosed condition.
yes, which okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
Makes sense.
But then there's a lot of people who also don't want other people to have the same thing because they want theirs to be
Yeah.
more unique.
Oh my gosh,
that's a
this
different
one-
issue.
The lady I love, C Root. What I don't know. I say her last name. I can't remember. But she's like, she'll be like, not everyone has trauma that elicits PTSD. And then people would comment. And they're like, as someone who does have PTSD, thank you for saying this. And I'm like, I wonder. I'm sure a lot of these people have PTSD, and then I'm like, who doesn't have PTSD? That's going, as someone who has PTSD, because they're like, you can have trauma without being like, oh my gosh, I jump
Yes.
every time
But
or whatever.
I also,
Yes.
okay, I feel like I've kind of been one of those people that's been like, okay, guys, don't, what is the word? Pathologize? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
When you make everything into a condition, I'm like, come on, people don't pathologize everything. But
And then
I kind of
you-
realized later, if you think about it, mental health is all just like even the DSM and all the like terms and everything. It's just created by someone to categorize human behavior, which can you really like, I feel like it's like, what is the line of like, oh, you have to go to a therapist
Where
and
it's
sit down
severe enough.
and say, I have depression, and they're like, yes, you do have depression, and I'm diagnosing
Like,
you.
what if you're kind of right
Versus,
before
like,
it? What is
but
that?
but what about people that just never go see someone, so they don't have depression because they didn't actually see someone? They could be way more depressed than the other person. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that everyone has a thing. I'm just saying there's probably a lot of people that are undiagnosed with things and they would prefer not to deal with it because of, you know, different circumstances.
That's what I'm
But that doesn't
saying.
mean that they don't have it.
Or maybe-
and also people that are like, maybe they want to have PTSD. I don't know why I'd want to, but like,
Well, that's a different problem.
Well,
I
or
see.
they're just
But-
trying to
no,
say,
but I'm
I'm
saying-
hurt, but
but
they
I'm
don't
saying-
actually have this.
But I don't also don't understand that. Maybe I disagree with it a little bit. It's like, if someone really wants to be hurt, maybe they are hurt.
No,
they
Yeah,
are
they're
hurt.
hurt.
Like,
I'm saying
yes,
they're
yes,
hurt.
yes. But
so
they're
why be like,
taking
you're
a thing.
not that hurt. Your hurt level is
wait,
only
that's
a
a good
7.
point.
Why is someone trying to judge
Wait,
someone
that's
else's
a
level
really
of
good
like,
point.
can't they just be hurt and it's not your
That's a great
business?
point.
Like
It's
it's
like
just
I don't know.
But you
But
don't
also-
truly know the experience.
Okay, but also I'm saying like, yes, I agree. I think I agree with you said a bunch of things. I think I agree with all of them.
Yeah, I'm
but
just
I also am
interjecting.
thinking like, it's like thinking like physical health. You can have like a slight injury or like a major
Yeah,
injury.
well,
And
yeah.
I think if you have like, you're trending towards depression, but you're not quite there yet. So it's just like, oh, you're not like clinically depressed. You're not like officially diagnosed, whatever, but you are having some mental health issues still.
Yeah.
But I don't think most people would like recognize that because of the stigma. Whereas you can be like, yeah, my ankle. Okay, for instance, my ankle. I just twisted my ankle the other day. I twist my ankle every like couple years. I'll just walk and it was just like twist, right? So I'm like, and I think I have kind of weak ankles a little bit. Okay, that's a very light
Oh, I totally have weak
medical
ankles.
issue that I'd never really need to go to the doctor for. Okay, whereas someone else can have like a major ankle issue. Okay. And I can just say that, right?
Yeah.
But then we don't want to do that with mental health for some reason. We don't want to
Yeah,
like
it's really touchy.
address like light. Yeah, it's
Well,
very touchy.
and also
This would
going
be
back
very
to
big debates with all the
Brene
stuff we're
Brown,
saying.
like she's saying, like people say, like, oh, compassion is walking a mile in someone else's shoes. You cannot walk a mile
You
in
can
someone
never
else's
do
shoes.
that.
Even if you sat there and watched an entire movie of their life, which you literally could not
So
do.
true.
You have not
Which you
seen.
literally can't do.
You haven't seen
Yeah.
everything that person's been through, and also it wouldn't hit you the same way because you're not them. I'm just kind of realizing like this radical like trying to not judge other people's experiences. Like, well, that person grew up in a nice house, so there's no way they have trauma. Actually, sometimes people in nice, like I grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of nice houses, and there was a lot of trauma behind the scenes. Like, it just doesn't always look I'm just saying, don't judge people because you don't know what they're going through. It could be really different than how it appears on the outside.
All
That's
right.
that's all I'm trying to say.
Let's end our unpopular opinions there then. But yeah, all the things we were just saying, that could be a lot of different debates.
Yeah, that could be an
I just
episode.
think we should think about it, is what I'm saying. We should just think.
I'm just saying, don't judge.
I'm just saying,
No.
think about it a little bit. Think. Okay, so we're going to go to Sister Spotlight. Each week, the spotlight goes on a different sister. We have Get Real with Christina, Sappy Sassy Thoughts with Kath, Lisa's Corner, Amy's Current Crisis, and Lauren's Take. And this week, the sister is... Lisa's Corner.
It's Lisa's Corner. I've been exposing Lisa's weird past a lot, but today I was in the car. I was like, I thought of 2 weird past things. I couldn't remember them, and I was like, I can't do it today. But I'm just gonna riff a little bit. Okay.
Can I just give one update from
Go
Lisa's
ahead.
last exposing Lisa's weird past? I texted
Oh,
her
yeah.
and I was like, "Who did you ditch?" And I looked him up on Facebook.
On
And
my
he
walk.
is married and with a child. So
Yeah,
he's
he's
doing
well.
well. He's doing really well.
He's fine.
In case you're wondering.
I guess that's not. I'm like,
I
he's
can't
so
even
young. I'm like,
remember
wait,
who
he's
it
Lisa's
was.
age.
He's like almost
In my
Yeah,
mind,
he's like
he's
30
very
ish
young.
now.
He's almost 30. Good for him. He looks like a lumberjack, I think.
Yeah,
from the
he's
picture he
doing
sent.
well.
Whoa.
Yeah, he grew
I
up.
think I know who it is. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, what do you
Okay.
got?
I don't know what you call this segment. It's just a little things to consider.
A zhuzh?
No, things to
A no
consider. No,
comprendo?
just a little message.
Okay.
I was driving and on my way to the doctor this morning, I said this all out loud. I was like, taking risks and loving life. This is my spiel, okay? Taking risks, loving life. First, just a little taking risks thing. I'm gonna try to condense it because it was like a 40-minute drive. I was like, oh, I can't talk that long.
Picture this.
Yeah. So, and Lily's like in the back playing with her toy. So, first with the taking risks. No. We'll start with the love and life. All right. So, when I give this spiel, I feel like I hear people resisting in my head. So I have to clarify because it's like,
Okay.
I want to say in a general overall sense, if you're not loving life, what's it about? And then people go, so when I'm changing my baby's diaper, if I'm not loving it, I shouldn't do it. You know, all these things. If I don't love this, no. Obviously, change your baby's diaper.
Change it.
Whatever the thing is that you don't love, you have to do it, then you have to do it, right? And that's the point of the spiel, okay? There's all these things we have to do, and there's all these things we don't like. So just put that in the untouchable category. We're not talking about that.
Okay.
Then, when you have a million little choices every day that you don't really think about, and there's things you don't have to do, and some free time here and there, okay? And I know some people are like, I have no free time, I have no money, I have no this. Okay, then I can't help you that much. But even then, I can't help you a little bit, okay? Because I was thinking like, okay, what are some ways that like even in the most dire situation, I don't know, I've not been in that dire situation, but you know, you can improve things, right? Because I was just thinking, like, even when my husband's in the hospital and he almost died, and I was like, I'm gonna be a widow, all these heavy moments, I was like, even then, I tried to make it as enjoyable as I could. It's not enjoyable, but it was like better. Like, when I realized we were gonna be there for 2 weeks, I was like, every day, I'm gonna put on an outfit that I like. I'm gonna put on cute sweats. Instead of my first day outfit that was like, what the heck was that? I don't know. I was like, I gotta get dressed, right? So I just did that. And I took like 5 minutes. It was not a power suit with a full glam. It was just cute sweats, but it made me feel better. When I took a shower every night, like, can you get a shampoo where you love the smell? So then every time you wash your
Love
hair, you're like, ooh, smells good. You have to eat. Can you get food that you like that's good for you, that will make you feel better? And then there's like the bigger stuff, taking risks, where it's like, let's say you do have some funds, you do have some time, you know, just a little bit or maybe a lot, where you're like, I've been dying to go to Europe or something, like, and you just won't do it. Not you can't. If you can't do it or you can't change it, that's not what we're talking about. These little things you can change. It's like, why haven't you done it? Book the trip. Or like when I cut off all my hair, I was like, I was so scared of it. And once I did it, I was like, what else have I not done? And this is where I get to, where it's like, you don't have to seek out meaningful moments in life. And when you crave meaning, like we always want that, right? It's like, how can I make my life more meaningful? But they will come to you. You don't have to go to the waiter of life and say, can I order some grief with a heaping side of tragedy and chaos? You don't have to put in that order. It's going to come to you, okay? Every year or every few years or every 10 years, whatever, something horrible is going to happen to all of you, to all of us. It's
true.
just true.
It's true.
And you'll be sitting in that hospital or by that grave, whatever. I'm getting real, right? And you're gonna think, what did I wish that I did when I could have? When I was in the hospital, I was like, with Chad, I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do when we get out of here? Like, you know, trying to think positive, like, you're not gonna die, surgery's gonna go well, because they're like, he could die in surgery. I was like, great. But it's like, what are we going to do when we get out of here? It's like, why have we been putting off going to the beach for so long? Because, I mean, we go every year, but it's like we kept wanting to go and we weren't going. And like, you know, going to concerts, all these things. Now feel like we have a second lease on life because he didn't die. And it's like, we got to do this stuff. What are you going to wish you did that you didn't do? Or if you're in a really hard time right now, if you're in that hospital time, what little tiny things can you do? I mean, we'd bring cards and play them while we were waiting for stuff. If I know not everyone can play cards in the hospital, they have all complications. But if you can, or like heads up the phone game, you know, there's little ways to make things better. When you're in a horrible situation or you're in a monotonous day to day and you're just like, oh my gosh, he went to the hospital in December. In November, I was like, God, I just feel like I need more meaning in my life. And, you know, I feel like it's getting really monotonous day to day. And I feel like God was like, oh, sweetheart, if you would have just waited 3 weeks, you wouldn't have had to say this at all. I was like, ha, 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 here you go. Here's some meaning. And suddenly the whole meaning of life was slapped in my face. I'm like, what are we even here for? But like, you know, you don't have to ask for it, but it's good if you do, you know, if you're realizing you need more meaning, go help a charity. You don't have to like lose a loved one to realize life means something, you know, but it always comes to you. You will always find that meaning. You'll always have those deep struggles that shape you and mold you. In the meantime, how can you love life? Because we already have enough heavy stuff. So when can you make it fun? And whatever's fun to you. If you just want to chill, if you just want to lay by the pool, go do that. If you want to travel the country in RV, go do that. Just whatever it is to you, in whatever way you can, do it. Big or small, once in a while, all the time. How can you love life?
Wow, that was really wow.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
profound.
Love it.
Thank you. I tried. I was just so what's the word, emboldened on my drive. Because like, what am I gonna say? I was like, oh, honestly, this has been on my mind.
I'm picturing you driving with Lily because I do the same exact thing where I give a lot of speeches.
And it's like things I want to tell her. I'm like, you gotta love your life.
Were you saying it out loud?
No, some of it, but she's just like, I'm like, what? Why don't you love your life?
You gotta love your life.
Lily, you gotta love your life. Then she's like,
Yeah,
she's like, she does.
Billy loves her life.
I know. I always look back. I'm like, you love life. I'm like, you're so excited about the school bus.
How can we be
about
more
the
like
garbage
that?
truck?
And that's one other thing I was going to say.
Children.
I went to the thrift store the other day, because I was trying to find clothes that I like, and I was like, I'm just going to go with whatever makes my brain light up. And that got me thinking. I was like, what makes your brain light up? Where you see it or you do it and you're like, ooh.
I love that.
Food, clothes, experiences, travel, friendships. Is it making your brain light up?
I like that.
I like
Life
it.
should make your brain light up. Otherwise, that's when it gets monotonous because nothing's making your brain light up. So,
That's a lot to think
relatable.
about. A lot to ponder, guys.
thank you.
Yes, let's.
Let's
We
do
will
some
all be
pondering
pondering.
today.
I'm
We
sure
are all emboldened.
if Amy changed another thing about her life from Lisa's input on
I
the podcast.
always do. I started sorting
episode.
my laundry after the last one. Yes.
So
I've done
we'll
many
see.
things.
Lisa
See
is
what
Amy's
happens.
life coach.
I'm like, what
We'll see
can
what
I
happens
like
this
more?
time. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode of the Cimarelli podcast. Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimarelli podcast. Follow Cimarelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimarelli on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.